within a reasonable amount of time, I'm going to try and do this acrylic. I've had these paints squeezed down on my Stay Wet palette for about a week now, and I've just wiped over the membrane so I can carry on using them. I'm using this piece of hardboard cut from a sheet with a craft knife, and I've roughed it up. I'm painting on what was the smooth side, but I've roughed it up with some very coarse sandpaper, good rub down, and then I've used some PVA glue as a primer. So the surface is sealed, but it doesn't matter when you're painting with acrylic onto a natural surface. When it dries, it will seal it, and it will become waterproof. Also, the hardboard itself has a mid-tone, so you don't need to paint a ground on it. The thing about painting with colour on white, or even using the black ink on white, is that you get a terrific contrast, and you tend to compensate for this by painting lighter, because the contrast on the white is too great, and in the end you end up with a wishy-washy over light painting. So with this mid-tone you get an accurate contrast, or a more accurate contrast, because if you do this sort of painting you can paint what you like with what you like. We're creating art and can create art with our fingers. Well, one artist creates it with elephant dung. So there's absolutely no limit. Acrylic is a very fast drying paint, and which means that if you want to adjust it at any time, you can very quickly and carry on with the painting. Now, I haven't got an idea of what well, I've got an idea. I just want to do a simple landscape, just to show you the idea of using something different than watercolour. I've got a frame. This is 14 inches by 11. It's a standard size for frames. Although, of course, we have metric sizes and we have imperial sizes. Imperial sizes are legal in the UK, and I know there's a lot of pressure to go over to the metric system. I am quite fluent with both of them. So, since I've been fitting carpets most of my working life, I've worked in imperial, but now most carpets are made in metric sizes. But I plan in well, I know what an inch looks like. An inch is about that, 2 centimetres in here and there. Right, so I'll start by using, I'll try and show you what I'm just going to get my white paint, because you use more of that than anything else. And I buy it from Claes Olsson in these great big litre pots. Is it 750 millilitre? It's a great way to buy it. It's artist, well, it's not really artist quality, it's for art, but artist quality contains more pigment than binder. So as usual, ultramarine, just put a sky on. I look at that one I did last Saturday, the abstract, and I've been looking at it all week, and I think I've really overdone the cloud by some measure. Let's just get that. The atmosphere is quite dry today, so this will all dry. But I want to cover it, and you can use PVA glue as diluted as a medium to dilute your paint, or you can use water. I can't get the lid. I haven't done this for a long time, so I haven't got any mixed up. So I'll just use a bit of water just to make it flow a bit better. So just killing the canvas. I'm in an exhibition with a number of artists. Fiona Hooper, Fred Gillespie, Elka Clark and Pete Warwick and Caroline Warwick, Jackie, Julia. This at Denby's at Dorking. It's on for another 10 days or so. Denby's is a wine estate at Dorking near Reigate. Box Hill, Surrey Hills is where I've painted a lot. Oh, let's mix a bit of red in with that now. A bit of light red. Just. The way you hold your brush, you can hold it how you like. You can hold it like that, paint distance, or you can hold it like a. There's no right and wrong way. We're making marks and whatever covers best. Bit of sienna in there, ochre, bit of red. Just covering over. I'm going to have a fairly low horizon. It keeps the painting quite simple by having low horizons. You turn your painting into a sky painting. I love skies. I love the mystery, the drama. Right, we're getting there. David Hockney, one of our most famous painters, I wouldn't say one of our greatest, but he's certainly very popular, and he's gone back to oil after years. See, if it doesn't dry as you go over it, it will lift the paint from underneath. So I had to leave that area just a bit. He spent years and years working in acrylic, but a couple of years ago he did this Yorkshire series of paintings, very bright and lovely, very cheery. Painted for a massive exhibition, what we saw at the Royal Academy in Piccadilly. But for those he went back to oil. And they're very big, some of the paintings. He did them outdoors and he did them in panels, say 20, 30 panels to one picture. But it was a great experience. They're all, you see them on a dull day or in the winter, it cheers you up. Right, let's just putting some light in the sky here. I want some more colour in this. And I'll get down to the horizon. The horizon, bit of red, bit of ochre, bit of white. And then just get my horizon going. I'll go over this, of course, and just getting my light on the horizon. You're looking for a lot of atmosphere when you're looking on the horizontal. This makes a change from watercolours. We all need a change. It's all out there to do, isn't it? But acrylic is very portable because it dries so quickly. You can tuck it under your arm and walk off. Alright, okay, so we're doing alright there now. Maybe I'll darken the sky at the top now with the blue, the darker blue. Because I'm going to put some clouds against that, so you need to be a little bit darker. Well, it would be because you're looking in into the depth of the sky. It's overhead. Oh. Great fun. And also with these stay wet palettes, you don't have to throw your paint away. You put the lid on and you can carry on a few days later. Right. Now I'll go back down to underneath that and put a lighter blue in. So the lighter blue on the horizon. You can use a different blue if you wish. Cerulean, which has got a cool greeny tint. I'll just clean my brush. Whatever you do, don't let the paint dry on your brush. I'm going to move on to a different bit of the picture now. So I'm going to mix some greens. So I'm using lemon yellow, a bit of red, and a nice bit of black. I can put some blue behind that to show some distance. Black is a very useful colour. And you can temper it with red. I'm using cheap Chinese bristle brushes, so the hairs do fall out of these, but they're nice. Not just because they're cheap. Now I'll put some bigger ones over this side. I do prefer oil, but it's the solvents, and somebody was suggesting using low odour thinners, but I use paraffin, or what you would call kerosene, to clean my brushes because it keeps these bristles soft. Rather than the white spirit that we used, which is a thinner, but it makes the bristles go very, very hard and brittle, and they break and split. But what you want is nice soft bristles. Right, if I put a bit of blue, mix a bit of red. I've got some vermilion on here. Let's just put some distance on there. This is more or less dry over here already. There you go. We can, there's a space there to fill that. No. So we can put distant hills. Yeah. We can add a bit of red in there, a bit more red. Just warm up some of it. Now I'm going to lighten some of that now and do some bit of more distant hills. Going to Denver's, it's set in the Surrey Hills, the wine estate. Alright, let's just lower that, the tone of that. distance, so just feathering the edge of that just to soften it. Just soften the top of that. So there's a background. Now I'm going to go back with some find some appropriate brushes. That'll do. I mostly use flats. Oh, that's very sparse. Look at that one. That's well worn out. I'll just get a couple here. More appropriate shapes. I've got hundreds of brushes. I've thrown hundreds away as well. This was I don't know if that was a Chinese brush or not. Right, I'm going to put some detail in the background there now. So we want a bit of yellowy blue. Oh, we can. It's very hard to do with oil until it dries. Now, there's a lot of quarries in this area, in the chalk hills, so I can just put those in. Oh, just a bit of interest in the background. You need plenty of cloth to dry and wipe your brushes. Okay, now we go back to the dark. Green, red, black. Call this the Mole Valley, which I painted around about Christmas time. There's lots of floods. I'm only making this up, this doesn't exist, I'm just daubing paint around here. Let's bring that one down there a bit. Changing the colours. Well, not a lot of colour in there. Okay. Let's put in some lighter green now. Catching the sun. Okay, that'll do it from there. Still got the sky to finish, but I'm going to go into the landscape now. Clean my brushes off. So we'll soften the edges along there, lost and found. And then we'll come down with some nice colours there, nice greens. Like watercolours, try to mix in lots of different colours with all this, because it'll get boring otherwise, monotonous. But soften everything to make these transitions between hard and soft. Try to keep the whole thing soft actually. Right, I'll use a bit of sienna in there, a bit of burnt sienna. Oh. And I can put some detail in that, I can stipple. We'll put a bit of blue in there, or a bit of grey, just to take those back. Now I need some more yellow ochre. Oh, actually, oh, there's raw sienna there. Where is my working in chaos, but doing the line and wash and the watercolour, and now they're using the oil painting on Saturday. It all gets a bit confusing trying to lay the hands on things. Burnt umber is a very good one, but I don't know if I've got any of that. I've got plenty of burnt sienna. So burnt sienna with a bit of black would probably make it darker. Right, let's go back with some nice light greens now. This is just the background for some heavier bits of twigs, shrubby, not shrubby, like thistles, that type of stuff. But just dragging over the higher spots of the paint. Now I'm putting paint on, it's getting high spots on it. And you can start to dry brush. Okay, right, let's go in with some detail here. Let's just some little bits of detail, not a lot. The interest is going to be hopefully there. A bit of black and a bit of yellow. Very gentle strokes here. Right, go back now into the trees there and get some dark greens. This is just a simple country scene showing trees and skies and a bit of background. So I'm covering up a little of that white in the background. And maybe it would be better without it, so let's put the blue background back in there. All very simple and straightforward, but with watercolour you can cover an enormous amount of ground with just a stroke of and sweep of the brush. With this you have to work at it. Put some light back in here. Okay, let's try and create a soft impressionist sort of scene here. And I'll go back and do this work on the sky. I'm not trying to make a portrait of anything here. I'm not trying to show how clever I am by putting herds of wildebeest in and stuff. It's just a plain simple statement. Looking towards some hills now. So good cloud colour, well, bit of red. Clouds are never white. We've got a lot of colour now. A good colour to make lights of clouds is actually a light red and white. It gives a nice, lovely pink. Well, it does in oil anyway. And I don't want to overdo this. A little bit of cloud shadow, just blue and a bit of that vermilion, but quite warm. And we'll go a bit lighter. more dark now. Now that is just a bit obvious to the rest of the painting, so I'll go over that with a bit of blue, or a bit of grey, just soften all this. You can work at this ad infinitum. So nice and soft. Nice and soft. That's all dry now. So we can just drag over that a little bit just to reduce the intensity. On the back here. Just throw it back a bit. Now we need a bit of focus. So we have I'll use a brush here. Maybe we can put in some bits of houses. So we'll put a bit of a church. Always good in a landscape. And now we'll put a bit of red. Just want a bit of light on that steeple there. So I'm going to try a bit of yellow and white. Right, so there's a sort of a village. Still I'll probably just darken around the back of that with a bit of the blue and the red, a bit of white. Just so that will show up a little bit better. That's a better background for doing the village. And I can reinstate the steeple with a very, very light blue grey. Right, let's go back there again. Very hard. Very delicate. You'd have a job to do that in oil, you'd have to lean on the a marl stick. Just clean that up a little bit. In there. Right, well that is the church steeple there. This is no, that's not good enough. Really. Not quite. That'll do. Now, another good way of painting is on a brush painting. I can find the wretched things. Is to use a bit of palette knife. Just scrape over the top there. Just over the top. Just adds a little bit of interest. Right, well that's all I'm going to do to that really. It would take a lot longer for me to do something with any detailing. I'm going to put this in a frame. Bear with me. I have a frame all pre-prepared. I'll just put a couple of taps in it. Hold on. Nearly there. Just to sort of fall out. Like there we are. I haven't signed it. I suppose I better sign it, hadn't I? There we are. Now, let's go into that. So there's my middle ground. There's a little village there. Trees, just all softly stated. Go into the sky. Right, let's come down. I'll focus on that. See, there's no portrait there. There's just an impression that there's something going on there. You can do that all over the place, but you don't want too many points of interest. You want one spot that to come to rest on, having looked around the rest of the picture. It's very, very simple. And there we are. So nice soft cloud. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. Bye.